What if I told you that on this very day, two men, separated by centuries, shaped history in their own powerful ways? One was a fearless Ottoman sultan who reclaimed Baghdad, and the other was a visionary leader who became the president of India. Welcome to today's episode of Islamic History Today. Stay with us as we explore the incredible stories of Sultan Murad IV, the conqueror of Baghdad, and Dr. Zakir Husain, the scholar president of India. Two different eras, two different men, but both left behind legacies that still inspire us today. Let's travel back nearly 400 years to the mighty Ottoman Empire. On this day in 1640 CE, 1049 after Hijra, the legendary Sultan Murad IV passed away at just 27 years old. But despite his short life, his impact was unforgettable. Ruling at a time of chaos and corruption, Murad IV took drastic steps to restore law and order. He banned alcohol, tobacco, and coffee, not because he hated them, but because they fueled political conspiracies that weakened the empire. But Murad IV wasn't just a strict ruler, he was a warrior king. His greatest achievement, the conquest of Baghdad in 1638. The city had been under Safavid rule, and for over a century, the Ottomans had failed to retake it. But Murad IV led the army himself, marching over 1,000 kilometers in harsh winter conditions. The battle was brutal, lasting 40 days, but in the end, Murad IV achieved what his ancestors couldn't. Baghdad was back under Ottoman control. This victory solidified the Ottomans as the most powerful empire in the Islamic world. Sadly, just 2 years later, Murad IV passed away due to health complications. Some say it was due to excessive drinking, despite his strict bans on alcohol. Ironically, history is full of contradictions, isn't it? But his legacy lives on as one of the last great warrior sultans of the Ottoman Empire. Fast forward to the 20th century, and we meet another extraordinary leader, Dr. Zakir Husain. Born on February 8, 1897 in India, he wasn't a warrior like Murad IV, but he fought a different kind of battle, one against ignorance and injustice. Dr. Zakir Husain believed that education was the key to progress. He co-founded the Jamia Millia Islamia University, which later became one of India's top institutions. But his vision didn't stop there. He wanted a society where education uplifted the poor and bridged gaps between communities. His wisdom and leadership were so respected that in 1967 he was elected as the President of India, making him the first Muslim to hold the position. During his time as president, he promoted peace, education, and secularism, believing that a strong moral foundation was necessary for any nation to thrive. Sadly, he passed away just 2 years later in 1969, while still in office. But his contributions to education and nation-building continue to inspire millions. Two men, one a warrior, one a scholar, but both left a lasting impact. So what lessons can we learn from their lives? 1. From Sultan Murad IV. Leadership requires discipline, and sometimes tough decisions must be made for the greater good. 2. From Dr. Zakir Husain. Knowledge is the most powerful weapon. Education can change lives and build nations. Their stories remind us that Islamic history is rich with leaders, thinkers, and visionaries. Whether on the battlefield or in the classroom, true leadership comes from courage, wisdom, and a commitment to justice. So, what do you think? Who inspires you more? The fearless Sultan Murad IV or the wise Dr. Zakir Husain? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love learning about hidden gems in Islamic history, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories.